During the Cold War, humanity became obsessed with the end of the world. Governments spent decades preparing for a catastrophe they believed could happen at any moment. Nuclear war was a constant fear, and entire cities trained for annihilation. Children practiced hiding beneath school desks, while families built shelters beneath their homes. And beneath the Soviet Union, something enormous was quietly taking shape underground. Hidden beneath forests, mountains, and isolated military zones, Soviet engineers constructed a vast underground world designed to survive the apocalypse itself. Most of these facilities were built for military survival. Some served as command centers and some stored weapons, but a few facilities were allegedly used for something far stranger. The age of paranoia gave rise to underground experiments driven by the fear that civilization itself might collapse within minutes. By the late 1950s, the Cold War evolved into psychological warfare, with an invisible fear looming over everyday life. The Cuban Missile Crisis exemplified how genuinely both the United States and the Soviet Union believed nuclear war was imminent. Military doctrines were built on this fear, prompting governments to design extensive underground facilities meant to ensure survival after an attack. Across Soviet territory, enormous subterranean complexes were constructed beneath cities, forests, and mountains. These facilities featured independent power systems, water purification, medical rooms, communication hubs, and even underground rail systems, all designed to support life underground after nuclear devastation. Yet, there was a major problem: nobody truly understood the effects of prolonged underground isolation on the human psyche. Human beings evolved beneath sunlight, open skies, and natural rhythms. But underground bunkers removed all of these crucial elements. There was no sunrise, no sunset, no weather, and no seasons, only concrete walls, recycled air, and artificial lighting. Soviet researchers began observing the psychological consequences of isolation, conducting numerous studies involving sensory deprivation and altered schedules. Some experiments even simulated conditions of space travel while testing psychological endurance. Over time, researchers noticed disturbing changes in participants confined to these underground environments. One of the strangest effects was the collapse of time perception. In the studies, many participants lost track of time, with sleep schedules drifting unpredictably. For some, a 25-hour internal cycle replaced the normal 24-hour day. Without natural sunlight, the brain struggled to maintain a stable sense of time. This instability affected not just time perception but also psychological well-being, as emotional stress escalated during long-term confinement. Irritability, paranoia, cognitive decline, and emotional withdrawal became common outcomes. Underground environments, although physically restrictive, turned psychologically hostile. Humans fear confinement for a reason, as the brain recognizes something unnatural in these enclosed spaces. There is no horizon, no escape route, only pressure and weight. Military planners quickly grasped the challenge, while building shelters was straightforward. Maintaining psychological stability inside them proved daunting. Researchers wondered if groups could effectively cooperate in isolation for months. Would confinement raise aggression or disrupt social hierarchies? Could people tolerate endless artificial environments without deteriorating mentally? These questions troubled governments during the Cold War. Speculation arose regarding how underground living could destabilize communities or, worse, lead to an adaptation to underground life itself. Over time, bizarre rumors surrounding Soviet underground facilities began to emerge. Stories circulated about hidden bunkers where isolation experiments allegedly lasted for weeks or even months. While many of these tales remain unverifiable, they reflected genuine concerns about long-term underground survival. Secrecy amplified fears during the Cold War, as hidden facilities bred speculation, while redacted projects spawned conspiracy theories. The underground military infrastructure became fertile ground for chilling stories. Some facilities vanished from official maps entirely, while others lay abandoned, their supplies untouched for decades: gas masks, medical kits, uniforms, and documents left in disarray, remnants of a bygone era preparing for an apocalypse. The atmosphere of fear and secrecy only deepened the mystery surrounding these spaces, where life continued in eerie stillness, testament to a time when humanity grappled with its own existential anxieties.